Okay, this is it. We're leaving Cuenca after being here almost 10 months, and the same driver that picked us up at the airport on March 15th, Edwin, is our driver taking us out of Cuenca. This is our last view of Cuenca, Ecuador. On our final drive out of Cuenca, Ecuador, it was very surreal for Julie and I, realizing that we're taking our last views of this wonderful city that we've spent the last 10 months in, making wonderful friends, wonderful memories, and we're going to take these memories and these feelings with us throughout the world. We will definitely be missing Cuenca, Ecuador, and although we're leaving, we still encourage you to visit or possibly relocate to. As we drove outside the city, we went up through the Cajas, and we decided that it was going to be a good opportunity for us to stop at one of our favorite restaurants right at the top of the mountains outside Cuenca. So on our way out of Cuenca, this is a place that we like up in the Cajas, a little hut restaurant here where we can cozy up by the fire. And while we're vegetarians and we do eat fish on occasion, the fish here is really unusual. The trout is fried, and it's probably the best I've ever tried or had, so it's worth the stop. Knowing this was our last meal in this restaurant, it made the food extra special, and we savored every bite. So we like this little place. We stop here when we come up here to the Cajas, and if you're in Cuenca, Ecuador, go a little bit past the Cajas, past Tres Cruces, and look here for Rancho Prado. Really nice little restaurant. It's off the road, and very nice people, and the food is very reasonably priced. We continued our journey going through the cloud forest on the other side of the Andes, eventually hitting the tropical area and then the flats of the coast. We were dropping our son off in Guayaquil today so that he can catch his plane back to the United States. We, on the other hand, went to San Lorenzo, which you would see in our previous video, for a week on the coast. When we returned, we found a place for our last lunch in Guayaquil before we headed to the airport. So this is our last lunch in Ecuador. This is at La Verdita, and you can see it's a quaint little place, really cute. And we had a real nice lunch, sat out here with the girls, and fortunately over here at this table, we got to meet the owner. And so we really appreciated the food here. It was very good.
We appreciate you guys.
And you know,
we love what you are doing.
Well, we appreciate that. Is there anything you want to tell the viewers about your restaurant?
About Ecuador, you're welcome. You're welcome to Ecuador and to La Veredita always.
Super. And the menu was really good. So I'm going to take a picture and share that with you.
Your pets.
We're pet friendly, by the way.
Yes, they
Super.
even made dog food for us.
Yep. So made dog food for the babies. Okay, so here's their menu, guys. The menu at La Veredita had something for everybody. There was quite a few options, and as you flip through the pages, you'll find that most of the time you could probably come in here, get something to eat, get a cappuccino, get a beer, and between having a food and a drink, you're going to probably walk out with maybe a $7 to $8 bill, or maybe just a $3 or $4 bill if you're just coming for something simple to eat. We enjoyed our food. Okay, so we're at the Guayaquil airport. What time is it?
It looks like 10:16.
Okay, our flight is in about, what, 2 hours? We got a long wait here in the airport, and we'll be heading to, what she says,
Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale, and we'll be in the States for a couple weeks. And so we're almost back to the States for a little bit. We're gonna miss Ecuador. As a reminder, Julie and I, we're traveling the world. Our goal was never to spend this long in Ecuador. We were fortunate that we did. We made great friends, but it makes it really hard for us to leave. But it's time for us to get on to our next country. So let's get on the plane and go. It's a little bit different plane than what we flew into Guayaquil now, isn't it, honey?
If you are just joining us, welcome aboard. You boarded JetBlue flight number 1256 with...
We're in Orlando now, where we were going to get a $1 thrifty rental car, They had us a $656 rental car for us to do one way to New York, and we got up to the counter and they're charging $1,256. So here's the receipt that I'm going to put in here so you can see. So Julie's working over at the Fox rental car off site to see what we can do to get a better price. And anyway, we'll keep you informed with what we've got going on. So we took the Fox car rental from Fort Lauderdale that Julie got, and then we brought it here one way so we could get the other car, which did not happen. So then I had Julie get the car that we were returning in. And what happened when you had to rent the car here?
So I rented it the one time, which was costly enough for, basically 5 hours. So then we come here and we have an issue with Thrifty car rental. And so I have to re-rent this one, and Fox does nothing to help us out. We've just turned it in all of 20 minutes prior, and they end up charging us exactly the same things, plate bypass, everything. So long story short, one 2-day rental runs us about $250.
So we paid for the same day twice.
Correct.
We paid for the same vehicle from Fort Lauderdale to Orlando and turned it in, and then we had to pay for that day that we already just paid for a second time so we can get the car again. So thank you.
It wasn't fun.
Thanks, Fox. So anyway, we just keep making our day more expensive. Hey everybody, so we're back here at Dollar Thrifty day 2. So we swore yesterday that we weren't going to use this company again
In our lives.
after the price change that they did because we're Americans. So we are back here today, and unfortunately this was the cheapest that we were going to get at the last minute. Now that
it's not so much that it was the cheapest. What it is that there's not that many of them that will let you do a one-way drop-off, and we're doing a one-way drop-off. So we had to choose a company like this, which is a larger company. And there weren't that many anymore because of the fact that we're 2 days before we needed the car is when this happened. So anyway, we were kind of stuck with this company, unfortunately.
Yeah, we got gouged by being Americans from, you
By
already know this.
50%, or I'm sorry, by 100% double.
Yep. Well, we didn't come to spend 3 weeks fighting with rental car companies, so we're going to enjoy ourselves while we're in the United States. We visited with our family, with friends in Florida, got outside, had some adventures, enjoyed the weather, and we were also here in time for Julie's birthday, and she wasn't blowing out the candles on her birthday cake during this time of COVID.
Blew out a candle on COVID? There we go.
What has COVID
No
done to us?
way,
You gotta
man.
wave it out.
Can't blow out a
That's
candle.
not cool.
So Julie and I are here at the AAA. We just got done going to the DMV to update our license while we're back in the States for a couple weeks. AAA will give you an international driver's permit. So if you're going overseas for an extended period of time, some countries may ask you for an international driver's permit. You can get them done at AAA whether or not you are a member here. It cost us, I'm trying to think. Here's Julie. She keeps track of the numbers.
Between the two of us, it's almost 70.
Okay, so about $70 for 2 of us, so $35-ish each to get this international driver's permit. So consider that if you're traveling outside the US, it may be necessary. After our whirlwind week of adventure and visiting with family and friends in Florida, we headed about a 2-day trip away to Lake Charles, Louisiana to go visit with Julie's family. They had sustained hits from 2 hurricanes during the summer that were 6 weeks apart. They had 4 months to clean up since these hurricanes, and we had hoped to see that there was a lot of progress and that things were getting much better. But we actually did arrive and find out that it was actually a pretty bad situation still. So we visited with the family, checked things out, and as you can see, there was considerable damage, and it even hit something personal to us. So behind us, we have some memories there, don't we, honey?
Yeah, we do. Well, for one thing, I grew up in this town, so that's one memory there. But also, this is where we spent our first wedding night.
Well, right behind us is actually the place where we had a little after our wedding reception. And then over this direction, in that hotel that has no roof, pretty much blown apart, that's where we had our first wedding night. Not in the restaurant, right?
No, but keep in mind, this is 4 months, more than 4 months after this storm, so there's still a lot of devastation.
Yeah, so the hotel is probably not going to be anything like what we stayed in. It's been 25 plus years, but it was had certain sentimental meaning for us.
Yeah.
There are quite a few people still upset that after the hurricanes missed hitting New Orleans but struck the Lake Charles area, that the governor came out and celebrated that they dodged a bullet. For this region, the bullet wasn't dodged, and even the local insurance office here got clobbered. So it was great that New Orleans didn't get hit, but this southwest corner of Louisiana pretty much got devastated. We hit the road from Louisiana. We ran into some friends on the road in Tennessee, and then we also stopped to visit with family in East Tennessee. It was a quick visit, or too quick, and then we were off to New Jersey to spend our last night with an old high school friend. And then it was to the New York airport, dropped off our car in time to catch our plane to Serbia. Well, we're at the gate in New York City, about to get on our Air Serbia flight. So far, so good. We've got the dogs, I think, ready to go. And if all goes well, we'll be in Serbia in about 11 hours. So we are in, where are we, honey?
Belgrade.
We made it. So
We did. Now we're just waiting on our rental car.
start of the next chapter of the travel experience.
Yes. Yes, we're tired right now, but we'll be much more enthusiastic after some sleep.
Yes. So day one is going to be spent doing nothing, we think. We hope that you're going to continue to join us as we now explore Serbia and the cost of living. This is truly a new experience, and we're trying to get acclimated and adjusted to some of the new freedoms here. As we've been used to wearing masks nonstop everywhere we go, we're realizing that here in Serbia, life is going on. Many people outside do not wear masks. They wear them if they feel it's necessary for them. Going inside to some stores, you'll wear a mask, but traveling down the streets and walking in parks and not having a mask on, it feels as though we're doing something very wrong. From the past 10 months, this has been a dream. So it's going to take a little time to get acclimated to our new freedom here. But so far, Serbia has been very, very impressive. We like the weather so far. We did have a little bit of snow, but it's been comfortable. So this is an exciting new chapter. We're going to spend about 6 weeks in Serbia. And of course, everything is dictated by what borders we can cross, so maybe we'll stay longer. We're doing a couple days in Belgrade, and then we'll spend the next 5 weeks in Novi Sad, and then we'll go to Zlatibor. So join us as we travel through Serbia, explore this cost of living here, and see if it's a viable place for Americans to consider retiring to, or if you want to come here as a nomad. So until next time, have a great day, everybody. So yeah, these kids are out here playing today, and lots of them on this track in the park. And just realized that they are all going and following the street signs, except for this little guy here. He's going the wrong way. This is the one-way street, and he's going the other direction. Oh my gosh, that kid's doing it right. There's a merging lane over there. That's what happens. Wow. Pretty cool. So this is where they train before they ever get their driver's license, apparently.